See if I can get someone to dance with me. Who's gonna dance with me? Yeah, are you gonna dance with me? No? Who's gonna dance with me? Can I get someone to dance with me? Oh yeah, get down. Oh, a boom, 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 get down. And patriarchy, boom, 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 get down. Yes, thank you. High five. High five. Yes. This is going on Fox News. Yeah, buddy. Hey, man. What do you think about TPP, huh? Yeah, me too. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't think you have enough buttons. That's okay, though. All right. Okay, you know, you need to work on your spelling, but that's okay. Next time, we'll get there. We'll get there. Hey, man, schooling's not good in this country. We get it. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
I think many of us are wrong for the right reasons, but the hijab is a symbol of oppression in 13 Islamic theocracies, and you know, women are beaten and tortured for not wearing those in many countries, and yet here we are acting as though it's a symbol of modesty. Well, people that have the choice to wear hijabs are not oppressed. You know, there are people who don't have the choice, and that's why you see women in Iran revolting right now. So I definitely recommend looking that up if you care about women's oppression and theocratic patriarchy. Have a great day, okay? Take care. Thank you so much.
Cool. There's not both sides to white supremacy. Cool. So how do we fight white supremacy?
Acknowledging this, certainly.
Okay.
And then
Duly acknowledged.
And then being better, more tolerant, kinder people.
Sure. So what's the worst example of white supremacy that you want to have addressed today?
Other than the base fact of white supremacy, the idea that people believe themselves to be superior to others based on race, based on ethnicity,
Yeah.
and beyond that based on socioeconomic factors that are beyond the control of many people.
Okay.
I think that's certainly enough.
So so I'm definitely with you against the idea of white supremacy, but like what are examples of it that we can attack together?
I'm my group and I.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude. But
No, you're okay. No worries.
Join them.
I get it.
I don't know of a specific, not to sound like an idiot, but I don't think there's a specific thing that I'm going to say this is where we...
I guess my concern is how do we fight it if we can't like pinpoint what the steps are? I mean, we're recognizing it, that's good. I think a lot of people have done that. So like where is it? You know, how does it...
Where is it?
Yeah.
Across our nation.
I gotcha. All right. Okay. I'll conduct my own research. I need to inform myself. Have a good one.
All right. Exciting. This is making sense. Men of quality don't fear equality. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hi, do you mind if I get a shot of your signs? Okay. So I have both Russian and German background, and I was talking to my grandmothers on both sides the other day, and they were saying that Trump is nothing like Stalin or Hitler. What would you say to them? No comment? You're just gonna put him up there? Didn't want to add Pol Pot and John Wayne Gacy while you're at it?
Just in general, trolling the rally, is that your thing?
No, I'm talking to people.
No, I'm
using my voice to talk to people.
Yeah,
that's cool, dude.
I'm just wondering if that's what you're doing.
I'm talking to people. Do you want to have a conversation?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
What are you out here fighting for?
What the sign says.
Okay, could you elaborate?
Yeah, sure. I think there's a big issue in this country right now. There's always been a big issue. And I felt that Trump has emboldened a lot of these men's rights groups and the like. It's important conversations that men need to have with one another, as well as women. You know, you see who's out here. You don't see enough men. So I'm kind of trying to represent.
You don't think there's enough men out here? Well, it's a women's march, right? So you're going to have naturally more women here, probably.
But you would think that men in the women's lives, because most women have men in their lives, would want to be more supportive. So it's great that there's a lot, but also trying to bring attention to that,
Well, are you talking about? I mean, like, I guess I'm sort of unclear on that. So you want just more men out here, or like?
I think the great thing about this is that they're trying to bring awareness to women's issues.
Yeah, sure. So okay, so here we go. So now we're on to something. What do you think are some of the women's issues that need to be addressed?
Quite a bit. You know, I would personally, if I were you, I'd ask women over me. But
I have been. Well, you started talking to me.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It depends on the women, but I think a lot of it is, you probably heard the word patriarchy.
Sure.
Out here, right?
Sure.
And I think it's kind of what you consider rape culture.
What's rape culture? Let's start there.
Sure. NFL football players getting away with rape still being put out there. Women in the military, voices aren't being heard, honorably discharged. That's just kind of the most visible parts of it you see. And it's kind of what we see in this administration that's been there before, but that's emboldened, is kind of an acquiescence to that kind of culture, right? You have someone who's been accused of X, Y, and Z with women. You have him supporting a child molester, and I think that kind of ultimately manifests.
Supporting a child molester. What happened there?
So, what's his name? Roy Moore?
Yeah.
Right? So, administration endorsed the guy after full knowing, okay, this man was a child molester. Obviously not cool.
Well, do you believe in innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah, absolutely. I think part of the issue, and maybe some people will disagree with this, is that our justice system is not always on point.
Yeah.
I think that women coming forward, it's probably very hard for a lot of people who have experienced, sincere acute trauma. On top of that, it doesn't always work in their favor.
Yeah.
And I get that it doesn't always work in everyone's favor. It can always be better, but that is something that needs to be addressed.
Sure.
I tend to believe women when I hear these accusations, and obviously believe in due process of law, but I think not enough people do that.
Okay, so his endorsement of Roy Moore is one talking point that you want to have addressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'll leave from there, but yeah. Cool.
Yeah, if you want to know my stance, I'm not a Trump supporter, that's for sure. But I think there's a lot of misinformed people. I think that if you want to talk about global oppression of women, people need to start looking at the Middle East and Islamic theocracies. So I have a lot of Iranian friends, and right now there are women in Iran that are taking off their hijabs in defiance of the Islamic theocratic government that mandates that women wear them. And here you see a lot of people with photos of women in hijabs. Now, the women that have a choice to wear the hijab are irrelevant in my discussion of women that are oppressed because they have the choice. There are women throughout the Middle East that do not have the choice, that are beaten, or worse for taking off their hijabs, and no one here is talking about that. And that bothers me quite a lot.
Okay,
and yes, there are problems here for women, no doubt.
All right, but I think the march is not about comparative politics.
Well, I don't really know what it's about, to be honest. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, I think
it's about trying to get Trump out of office. That's what it really is about.
I'm sure. I think it lends in hands.
Yeah.
That, but at the same time, I don't think this is necessarily about comparative politics, and I think that kind of redirects the conversation on about really what it should be.
Yeah.
So
about Trump's endorsement of Roy Moore.
No, that's not what the approach is about. That's one of the many aspects of it, and the many aspects of what we call the patriarchy. It's multifaceted, and of course, even in the women's movement, there's divisive issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yes,
so why are we living in a
places
patriarchy? How about that?
I mean, I started to talk about that.
So, were we living in a patriarchy under Obama?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have been living it through much of humanity. I think that it's emboldened right now.
Okay.
And that's really, honestly, the big issue for me, and I'm assuming a lot of people are here. And I think that's why you see a second women's march, and you had it in the first place.
Well, it seems to me, when you have people like, I don't know, Hillary Clinton, who was at the doorstep of the White House, who was Secretary of State. When you have, I can go down the list of women in politics. It doesn't seem that patriarchal to me. Do we have to have a woman president for us to be living in for us to not be living in a patriarchy? What gets us out? What constitutes not living in a patriarchy?
It's a lot of unlearning for people, especially men, and then relearning. I don't think it's, you think of it like when Obama became president, there was like a tokenism that went along with it. For example, like, oh, well, there's a black guy who's the president now, so everything's over. It's not that simple. And I think most people here aren't dumb enough to think that. I think, if that happens, I think it's an important step. in getting more women into office who are representative of women, just as are people of color and so on and so on. You know, go ahead, LGBTQ. But so it's not as simple as that. I think it's obviously, and we might agree on this, is that there's a lot of steps that need to be taken. There's a lot of facets that need to be addressed.
Sure.
It's not a simple answer. I think this march, at least for me, and I'm sure a lot of people, just to kind of show solidarity in what's going on right now, is a really powerful thing in getting conversations going, moving after
I agree with you.
the rally. So
Absolutely.
I think that's ultimately, whatever your politics and my politics, I think that's the biggest takeaway I get from it. I actually have to run and catch my
No worries, man.
Oh, she's nasty. Are you a nasty woman?
Yes.
Yes, you are. You're nasty. Now I can get away with calling women nasty. This is cool.